meta. It doesn't really matter. Ranged meta. Ranged melee? I like ranged melee, though. I want to make a range that like punches you and then throws his other fist at you. His fist just attaches. Anyways, I've seen him make any ranged a meta pretty much just because he can
he's good.
Do that well with it. But I think support is the hardest one to kind of glue the two together.
Yeah.
What is Proster going to play? What is Aversa going to play? And what support can pull them together? So I'm looking to see what a Bloom's going to pick.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be playing Older. I think Ulrich. I think the Older is much more likely.
Yeah.
As pretty much everybody in North America has drifted towards that Older. They just see it as a pick that you have to play. A character that you must run, and especially with the melee meta being the way it is right now, Rook is pretty dominant, so Older fits really well with Rook because of armor break. We see the Rook out of Fable and the Older out of SSG. Both of these things make a lot of sense. Hi there, of course, being on Fable, the best Rook player in North America, I would say. Maybe in the world, but we've yet to see all of the Rooks in Europe, so I can't say for sure.
We'll find out soon enough. Yeah,
we will. We'll find out tomorrow. But anyways, we see the Iva too. We might see a mirror match here, Carpet. So the Iva being picked up for both characters. Iva's pretty good against Rook because she can cleanse off his buffs with the Taser. Taser very good for removing the Berserk, which is key to Rook's success.
Yeah.
You need to have Berserk and get your counters procced and get going on Rook to be successful. So it makes sense to see the Iva picked. These last picks I'm expecting to be Older out of Fable. They could also play Sirius, maybe. Spacestation Gaming probably going to play Rook or Shifu.
I mean, okay, yeah, look at that, a mirror match. Honestly, we haven't seen this in a long time. We used to see it a lot more in competitive Battlerite because I think people knew there were like 3 comps that just worked.
Yes.
Now it's expanded to entire styles as opposed to just literal champions.
Yeah.
But now we're going to see our first mirror match in quite some time. So we're going to see the Older Iva Rook composition.
This is really scary, too. If you're a fan of Spacestation Gaming, this is not what you want to see happening because Fable Esports, this is their comp. These are all of their mains. This is Older on Stro, Hi there on Rook, and Keith on Iva. They are known to play these characters at a high level.
Yeah.
And Spacestation Gaming, when you think of Averse, you don't think of Iva.
Yeah.
You absolutely don't think of Iva. Way down there on the list. So the fact that they're playing out of their classes and playing these different characters to try to fit the meta against the people who main the meta is a big concern for SSG.
And not only that, but it does also show, I mean, this is huge. If SSG can actually take their own comp and put it against them, it just shows how much they can adapt. And we know that they would take a team comp and just try and make it work. That's what they did. And then they would literally beat it into the ground until it did work, and then they kept winning with it.
Yep.
So there is a chance, but I'm with you, man. Fable showed up so hard during the league play.
Yep.
And then on top of it, this is the comp they've been doing that with. They have been showing how strong Older is. They've been showing how strong Iva is. And Iva plays so differently than every other ranged that I think it's just, I mean, I'm not saying that Averse can't do it, but it's going to be a slightly different mindset than what he's used to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because generally he just keeps distance, knows that perfect hitbox range, and he's just chunking you with every M1 possible and getting full value out of all of his abilities outside of that to help his teammates.
Yeah.
With Iva, it's very, very different.
You're absolutely right. Averse known as playing the Jumong and the Destiny, those characters that sit back in M1 and just farm up damage. Iva, a much more aggressive ranged DPS character that you have to get very close up with. You can't really just sit back and play passive. So this is pretty scary for Averse. Spacestation Gaming, though, they are incredibly good players. If anybody can run the comp that Fable is known for against them, it will be SSG.
Yeah, that is very true.
We're on Blackstone Day, so a lot more of an open map. It's not Rook's most ideal map, but fares pretty well for the Older and the Iva. Not too many places where they can get caught, so we might see the Rooks having a harder time on this map.
But 2 of them, I guess if they both have a hard time, then neither's having a terrible time, right?
Yeah, I want to talk about these Rook Battlerites real quick, something that makes Rook so strong right now. The armor break on Boulder and the armor break weaken. So if you get armor break on an enemy, they're going to be weakened, and you have 2 ways of applying it with both M2 and Boulder. Makes Rook so strong right now. Watch out for that.
Curious to see how these Ivas are going to pair up against each other. Already a fair amount of damage on the Keith. Both Rooks trying to push on the back line. There's the stun onto Proster. He's going to take him to the edge. Uses the M2 for the iframe. The orb is now up. Who's going to secure it? Chronoflex down. Stro just looks for the orb. But Rook's going to lose a little bit of damage in the meantime. But we do have an ult for both Olders. First one used. Second one used for safety.
Yeah, this is looking really good for SSG. Not only do they have a 20% advantage, but all of the HP missing on Fable is on Rook, and he's going to go down here, Carpet.
Taser's so strong. He went in thinking he'd at least be able to iframe something, but once he got tasered, he sat there and had to eat all the damage that came his way. And now Spacestation Gaming has the momentum in their favor, pushing out the mid orb.
Yeah, we talked about how Averse, you generally don't think about him playing Iva, but he showed up that round big, and it was the difference in why they won that round.
Yeah.
He popped off the ultimate right after the orb take, even though Fable got the orb, at which point Keith only had 3 bars of energy. So what that tells me is Averse landing a lot of damage early on, having the ultimate very early, and being able to change the tide of the round with that big ultimate.
Yeah, landing at once is something he's great at. And it's a little bit different for Iva because her range is not nearly as large, but still. And Proster playing well on Rook.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Mirror matchups are always interesting, watching how these players play opposite each other. Damage onto Averse this time. The Rook's in the middle. Who's going to get their counter hit? Both of them.
Both of them. That was a great zap on High there from My Name is Keith. He did a great job protecting his big taser there to slow down the roll of High there.
Taser and the pull. A lot being dodged right now by Averse. It looks like High there just has to kind of bail out of there. He's going to actually help get the orb. And now Keith has gone all in. He's going to need support. There's the stun on Rook. Counter will get hit. This might be the end of him. There's the M2. He's got no more iframes. He's got nothing left. He tries the spacebar. Oh, no! High there misses. Can they just take him out instead?
Beautiful flamethrower, but the zap gonna protect him. He might go down, Carpet. Proster gets caught up in that corner. What a chaotic corner.
I can't believe he survived even that long. First wasn't able to flamethrower through that orb either, and he loses his support in the meantime. He knows his fate is done, and Fable Esports take it back, 1-1.
Man, I thought that round was going to look sketchy for Fable as My Name is Keith spaced in aggressively into all 3, but it ended up working out. Keith found the weak point in Proster's cooldown rotation and got the clutch damage on him, which led to the kill. Really nicely played from Fable, and man, their orb control is very good as well. They're securing all of the orbs in this game. Look at Stroh's damage.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
insane.
gold damage. This is Stroh older. I don't feel like I get to talk about Stroh nearly as much as I'd like to on this team, but this is the character he's known for. He's so good at older, and it's really showing here.
I mean, he was good at older way before older was pick of the month, pick of the anything. It was like a year ago. Bringing out what he's comfortable with. The protection onto Keith. Tries to get a tractor beams done early on. Wants to force out those iframes early so they can try and punish. There's the counter and iframe taken out for Proster. He's got almost nothing left, and Keith goes to punish. So does his Rook, and look at the damage. Incapacitated.
The chain stun, dude!
Look at the combos!
Styling. Fable Esports getting a ton of damage onto Proster's Rook. Red team desperately needs his orb, but Proster might go down. Proster does go down before the orb is taken.
That was actually disgusting.
Dude, yeah, that was an absolutely insane combo coming out of that tractor beam, finishing up that 0.7 stun at the end, getting so much damage onto Proster.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of this Spacestation gaming for this round. That was, I mean, once they had him on rotation, they refused to let up. And this aggressive play from Keith, it's something that Iva can do so well, because even when she goes in, she can still deal with so much for a range, right? There's not a lot of range that can get into the thick of things and then survive. She's got the shield on herself. She can oftentimes just build up the haste. She can cleanse herself. There's a lot of things she can do. She has an incapacitate as well, plus her tractor beam. So many things to protect herself in the middle of a crazy melee fight. So Keith is just going in and trusting that he's going to have a Rook at his side and have a Stroh there to support him, and it's working out.
Yeah, that's what Keith is known for as well, the aggressive play style on that Iva. He likes to get in there. There's a bit of a meme in the community that he likes to spacebar in and just play super aggressively and dies for it sometimes, but it's definitely working out here. This round is starting out much more evenly, though. Proster, look how scared he is. Doesn't want to go in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't blame him. Oh, no.
Where'd Versus HP go?
I honestly have no idea. Then he gets pulled and stunned. Oh, my God. They know they've got the rotation on him.
The double in cap too. High there, disabling 2 of the players on Spacestation Gaming, while the other 2 players of Fable secure the kill on Averse. Beautiful team play, and honestly, Carpet, it looks like Fable might steamroll from this point.
This is not looking good for Spacestation at all.
No. And going down 1 game in this best of 3 to start things off is not how SSG wanted to start this. And this is, of course, Fable's main comp. So SSG, if they lose this and this doesn't work out, they're going to have to adjust their play style and play something different, because it's looking like mirroring just isn't going to work.
I mean, at this point, I would fear the tilt, and I hope the Spacestation can keep their heads about them, because we know they've got the talent.
Yeah,
they just need to work together to do so. I mean, you can see the organization on Fable Esports. My God.
Yeah, they're playing so well.
They really are. They've been practicing for this weekend. They do not want to let up. Immediately, Proster's trying to go in. High there still got his base to try and engage. There's the AoE damage you see that this composition can put out. Can they get the punishment? They won't hit the counter. They won't hit that one either.
Keith is doing a good job getting tractor stuns out. We see High there dodge the tractor stun of a verse right here. This orb going to be taken by Fable as well. Once again, SSG, they've been unable to get an orb carpet.
Another Venn diagram in the middle with the Chrono Flux, trying to pull in a verse, wants to force the space, and now that it's out, High there is going to follow suit. But he's going to have to be careful.
Oh, that in cap on the charging Proster. That's so bad for Proster's Rook as he now doesn't have a way in for a couple more seconds. Really well played by Keith.
But lucky for him, he's actually going to see High there just kind of present himself. There's the ultimate from Stro. Followed up right after. High there just gets out of one, but he gets tasered in the meantime. He survives, but for how much longer? Bloom wants to stay in this. Stro can't protect him. And High there goes down.
Bit of a chaotic round there for Fable. Found themselves in unfavorable situations, and Spacestation Gaming doing an absolute great job capitalizing on it, getting a lot of damage onto High there in his weak points, which Rook doesn't have very many of. Rook only has a couple seconds of downtime between his cooldown rotation, so the fact that SSG was able to get the kill when it mattered, very important. And Bloom really pumping out those damage numbers. Man, it seems like these Olders are the real DPS of this team. They have the Iva for the utility, the Zap Shield, the Taser, the Rook for the armor break to help out his allies, and Older just pumps out damage. That M1, that quicksand, doing so much for the Older players.
And I feel like this composition is helping to funnel the damage towards their Olders, because you're looking at what Rook and Iva are doing. A lot of it is just crowd control. They're trying to use all their utility to the best of their ability. Try and get a good in cap, try and get a good taser, or try and get a good tractor pull, which just leaves Older in the backline to just dish out all the damage. So it's funneling it towards him.
Beautiful taser timing onto Keith that led into a charge from Proster. Really nicely done. Proster, he's on his way to that first bar of energy, the ever so important benchmark for Rook.
And they secure the first orb. That's actually massive for them. A big turnaround from what we saw earlier. We're going to see Keith pick up some greens. He does spacebar. Proster's got to be careful. But right now, Verse has taken almost no damage. 2 ultimates for Spacestation Gaming.
Ooh, nice ultimate there from Bloom to make sure Proster doesn't take too much damage. He'd used everything, and now he's going to go back in. A big chunk of damage on High there. High there doesn't have any energy carpet.
But this is actually massive right now.
Fable gets the orb.
Proster has almost nothing left, and Fable got that orb. There's going to be an eat coming out of High there. They find one. They find Iva. They're going to flamethrower through her. They're going to put so much damage onto a Verse.
Oh man, High there's having such a hard time building up energy carpet, and now Keith is taking a huge chunk of damage too. High there can't really go in, and now the ultimate from Iva dishing out so much damage and securing the orb. Huge for SSG. They have complete control and momentum.
They do. And right now, no energy for Fable Esports. Rook High there wants to eat so bad. He just wants to land a boulder, anything. He didn't get it. He wants to steal this green. He's going to actually take a meat stick, followed by an EX M2 from Older. They want to try and get this range kill when he's not paying attention. Keith gets done.
Sick boulder.
This is massive. Here's the ultimate. They're going to try and get a space out. A Verse actually holds it.
Okay. They get a decent amount of damage, and the counters proc for High there, but still Keith is going to go down. Fable Esports, they played so split to end that round off. SSG grouping together, holding mid. My name is Keith going around top while High there went bottom. Was so unfortunate for Fable Esports as they couldn't sit together and secure orb. Even with the 1 orb steal from High there, they couldn't find their way back into the round. And SSG here, they're pulling ahead just off the back of good team play and sitting together.
A Verse had his space for there, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he would have had a reason to use it prior to them, which means he had the utmost confidence in his support and his teammates to help him out. Yeah. Because there's nothing you can do inside of an Older ult.
He got chunked pretty hard, too.
3,
yeah.
2,
but I think he knew he had to stay in, and if he spaced out, then he just would have been a huge target. I mean, Ivan knows what happens, and a Verse on the punishment in earlier rounds, going to actually stun High there as he tries to rush in. But now Blue wants to take that mid control a little bit earlier. They're going to hit Proster's counter.
Really strong opening here for SSG as the Rook has the energy bar. High there now farming up his, but he's taking a lot of damage already, Carpet. He has to eat. Oh, but he steals the orb. Very important for Fable.
And he gets his counter hit as well. He's going to turn to Older. Older's got an ultimate on the side of red. We're going to see Bloom. He's got enough to save somebody. The M2 battle, there's an incapacitate, but look at the damage High there took in the meantime. In cap on Iva. Tractor beam there to protect from the dash. There's the stun. Counter won't get hit. Yes, he needed that ultimate. That was going to be the end of him. Follow-up ult, they're just going to... No, he gets the M2 and he still gets melted. And Spacestation Gaming, it seems like they've adapted middle of this series when it looked like they were looking at a dire situation.
Yeah, they're playing so well together, getting a huge punish on High there after the Older ultimate. Really good job of them securing the kill when they needed to, and now they have complete mid control and a 40% HP advantage. A nice double in cap into Quicksand, putting out so much damage, and Fable just has nowhere to go, Carpet. They're trapped in this corner.
Fable found the early punishments in this series, and now it seems like they're struggling. Spacestation Gaming are playing much smarter. They're trying to stay grouped. Proster's not just going in, and I know that's kind of what he's really good at doing.
Right.
But when he's up against an Iva and an older, it's so difficult. This is like one of Rook's most difficult matchups because of that cleanse. So the fact that Proster's actually staying patient is also really helping Averse and Bloom do their jobs.
The main difference between the Rooks right here is that one is being successful and one is not.
Yeah.
The last couple rounds, Proster, he's been getting the good initiations, and High there, he's really been struggling. Bloom and Averse have been doing a very good job putting down High there. We'll see if he has a better time this round. It's not looking like he will from the start of it.
No, he missed that space, takes some damage, but luckily not much max health. They're actually going to try and find Averse early on. They forced the space, but they don't have the room to punish right now. They've got a Rook on their back line. The Boulder to try and push Iva out of the tractor beam.
Ooh, nice orb take. The M2 from Proster forced out. He has no counter either. High there is going to try to go in, but gets in-capped. Another split round from Fable Esports. The older ultimate from SSG is going to land on High there, and he's getting burst so hard. His counter is proc, though, but the zap is cleansed off.
I don't think they found as much damage as they wanted, and now they're going to try and turn the attention, knowing how much was just used. They tried to go for reverse, but he just missed it. They need this orb. Blue needs to keep this orb to keep the momentum in their favor, and they will. High there goes in, finds Proster. He gets tractor beam, has to M2 out of the stun.
Nice in-cap from Keith. That was big. Proster now has no charge for another couple seconds, so Spacestation Gaming, they have to play very safe here.
Yeah, High there's actually going to use the opportunity to try and go in, and looks like Keith's just going to follow and support. We saw how aggressive he was early on. They go to find him. Keith goes for safety, and they secure the orb. That was really smart.
Yes.
They went into force cooldowns knowing they had the older ult to pull somebody out, and now they've almost got half their ults built up. High there's got 1, 2,
3, and the kill. The big ultimate from High there, killing off Proster, and we're going to round 9 in game 1. This is already so intense, Carpet. Both of these teams wanting to go to land so bad, wanting to secure that $3,000, $4,000. Man, the stakes are high and the tension's even higher.
The patience out of Fable to make sure they had it, and I love the way they secured that last orb. Essentially, Keith went all in. They're like, let's get him. This Iva's an idiot. Older ult to pull him out. He went for safety, went back to the center orb. They secured it. Were able to build up to another ultimate for High there, and it just steamrolled from there.
Yeah, and I think that was a great play from Keith, somebody that we generally characterize as a very aggressive player. He understood to go back. He understood to back out for the mid orb, really showing his versatility and his growth as a player, not just mindlessly going in.
And that stopped them from being able to turn their attention and use their range or close, gap closing. Oh man, look at the max damage already onto Averse.
That's a big start.
That is actually a massive start for them. They're going to need to get orbs now because Averse has already lost.
Look at Proster too. He's getting chunked so bad. Carpet, this round is falling apart. The double in-cap, the time bomb actually pops the in-cap. A little bit unfortunate, but Fable has complete mid control and they'll get the orb. Actually, SSG stole that.
SSG barely stole that orb. I thought Fable were able to secure it. Smacks Bloom with the space. There's a chance they can do this if they can turn it, but right now you can see they're splitting up the damage between two, so there's not nearly as much max. There's the ultimate from Iva, but the older ultimates to save him. The flamethrower through Proster, but look at how close Keith is getting. And now they've turned it back around. They actually have more health pool, and they got the orb. This is massive. Spacestation Gaming, somehow.
Averse is absolutely doing so much work. He got chunked early on, but the damage he's putting out is very, very important here. And he chunks down High there again. This is really bad. The counter's not procced. High there might go down. He doesn't have that iframe. He's going to get stunned, Carpet. He might die. Oh, God.
The patience for Proster. He knew he had nothing left, and he needed to secure the orb. So instead of going for the kill, he dropped back for the orb. And cap onto their support. Armor break onto Keith, and he gets killed by the meat stick. That's how they're going to take him down. Spacestation Gaming.
SSG, man, they did it. They brought the comp that Fable runs. They brought Fable's main comp and beat them with it. That is a statement, and that's the SSG we expected to see at the beginning of BPL. They're showing up here in this first semifinal.
I can't believe it. I mean, they honestly, it looked like they were done.
Yeah.
I thought Spacestation Gaming were going to tilt off the face of the earth, and they were going to be done for.
Yeah.
But they managed to turn the tide in their favor.
Yeah.
And they played patient. They knew they had to stay grouped. Proster couldn't go in because he needed to have that line of sight with his older. He needed to have protection from Averse on Iva. And I think it's something that he, especially as a ranged, has mastered, playing like this a kind of faux support range, really, really utilizing all of his utility abilities.
Yep.
And we see it mostly on Taya. The stuff that he can do with his teammates while he's playing Taya is insane, and we're seeing similar things right now for him on Iva.
Yeah.
But on the other side of things, we saw how strong the combo potential was for their opponents. I mean, Fable absolutely destroyed, and we can actually rewatch one of those combos. The combo, I think it was the Rook down bottom, just stun after stun after stun.
Yeah, this was disgusting. The M2 stun from high there into the tractor beam stun from My Name is Keith. Absolute beautiful play here. They get so much damage onto Proster, and this is really, it really shows that they're comfortable with their characters when they're able to pop off combos like this. When we saw SSG being successful, it wasn't off the back of crazy combos. It was just off the back of very stable play and pretty much outplaying their enemies, finding the better of bad situations. And if Fable want to bring this back and win this game too, they're going to need to show more of that combo.
But I think that's kind of the staple of Spacestation. It's kind of how that team comp's always played. We're just going to be better than you.
Right.
We're not going to rely on anything gimmicky. We're not going to rely on doing this one perfect thing. We're just going to beat you overall.
Yep.
And it is what they've done, and it is historically how they've played, and it's how they've performed. After losing 3 rounds in a row, they were still able to do it. I'm really surprised. But, yeah, I imagine we're going to see the same team comps. It went to around 9. No one wants to change. Yeah. It's just going to be all up to play style.
I don't think Fable will change simply because it's the comp they think is best. Okay. They're playing Destiny. Interesting. So we have the Destiny pickup. A lot less utility on this Destiny, but she does have a pretty good matchup into Rook, of course, because of the imprisonment. Her EXE, it's very good for placing down in front of Rook when you know he wants to charge, because he can't risk going through it because he'll get stunned. You don't want to get stunned if you're Rook. Just point blank. You don't want to eat that stun. And she's really good at getting the Rook off of him with her space. If Rook doesn't counter properly, she can just bump him back, get him out of there, which is not what Rook wants to have happen. But this is not the Iva that My Name is Keith is known for. It's a bit of a wackier pick, so I'm not sure it's going to be as good as his Iva.
I mean, I'm just trying to think. So Iva had the end cap that she could time perfectly. I think they're both pretty difficult to land, about the same cast time, give or take. I think the end cap's a little bit longer with the cannonball. But what happens when you stop a Rook mid-dash, now he's not only is he out of position, but he's not close enough to do anything to you, and he knows he probably doesn't want to proc his counter. His best bet might be to just throw it up and walk backwards. We're going to see a Pearl on Fable?
What?
They must be trying something we don't know about.
We must be on a weird map or something. So this is Stro. For those of you that don't know,
you
Stro,
look real confused.
I was like, huh? Pearl? But yeah, Stro, he has broken out the Pearl in the past. He actually beat SSG when they used to be known as Overconfident with another team. Stro, kind of the Averse Slayer, as I like to call him. He's been the person that can beat Averse, but I digress. He's played Pearl against SSG on specific maps like Skyring Day to much success. So what that tells me is we're on a map where there's a lot more chokes, a lot more places where the Pearl going to be able to zone people out, and Pearl just in general is pretty good against melees. Rook, one of the better melees against Pearl, but if she ever gets her counter procced on like a charge in, it's so good for her. It slows down the Rook and gives her it charges her weapon, which is very good. The amount of damage and pressure you can output with that is massive. So I do see the merit to this Pearl pick. It'll be interesting to see if it works out there.
It is Skyring Day.
I knew it.
Getting
I knew it. Yeah.
Look at him. So he's a little genius.
This is something we've seen before. We've seen Skyring Day Pearl absolutely tear apart SSG. I believe back when they were dominant and SSG didn't lose any tournaments like ever, Stro came in with the Pearl on Skyring Day and absolutely just beat SSG into the ground. So this is a very good map for Pearl. She's going to be able to zone people out of the center, and like the mid control is so important on Skyring Day. It's going to be really hard for SSG to get in.
Pearl into Rook.
Yeah.
How's that feel? I don't think it feels terrible, does it?
For the Rook, it's not.
For the Pearl, for the Pearl.
Oh, for the Pearl? No, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, she's got her bubble. She can push him back. She's got her counter that also pushes back.
She also has the really nice cleanse for the armor break on that bubble shield. So it makes sense that they get rid of the zap, but they don't pick the Iva, so there's no zap and no cleanse through that, but they really value the cleansing potential, which is something they bring in the Pearl for. It makes a lot of sense, and even though they switched up the characters, they still have a lot of the same utility carpet. You mentioned that they don't have the end cap, but they do have the EXE from Destiny, so they have that stun. And they have the Pearl cleanse, so a lot of merit to this comp.
And honestly, the EXE from Destiny is gonna do well if Averse ever wants to go in aggressively. It does really well against an Iva as well.
Yeah,
if she doesn't have U-turn, she just has no choice but to kind of try and haste around. If you can put that around her, she's stuck in this terrible area. You've got Rook Boulder to help push her around. You've even got the Destiny space. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna pan out. Early engage. Hi there's gonna find the, oh my god, like the combo immediately with the M2 from Keith and the space in from Hi there.
We see it immediately, the EXE into the space. Really nice damage onto Proster, and they're getting zoned out so hard here. This is what I was worried about. Fable, they have mid control. SSG, though, they're able to make it back in when the orb spawns. We'll see if they get the orb, though. They don't.
Blue team were able to secure that orb. Counter's not going to get a hit. The bubble shield's already down. The push as well. Look at this. Timing it the older actually just to try and save him, and it makes no value. It was good for the safety, but it loses so much energy for almost nothing.
Sick play!
There we go.
The M2 from Keith got a lot of damage and silenced him, but the damage onto the Rook isn't that massive, actually.
They put the prison around him as well. Oh, never mind.
Oh, he's toast.
Never mind.
I was like, he didn't take nearly as much damage as I expected, but immediately after, he just gets bopped. And you know, that's one of the strengths of the Pearl versus Rook. You only got that one iframe, can't really get out of that unless there's an older ultimate, which was just used. Really nice recognition from Stro, using the ability when he knew it could get value.
But look at how low, I mean, look, you can see how high Spacestation was. I mean, had that 2v2 gone, I mean, it actually would have been really tough no matter what because Stro was still up. Yeah. But either way, I mean, High there and Keith still had, you know, they had to make heavy trades for that. But that, I mean, the imprisonment. And I like this. I mean, there's no point in ever putting up the wall. Why would you put up a wall as Keith at this point?
Yeah.
In this team comp, your imprisonment has so much value around all of these three because they only have a single iframe apiece.
Yeah.
That's sick.
We used to see Destiny spam the wall because it had that root on it when Melee would walk through it, but now without that utility, the EXE is the much better option, and Keith recognized it, obviously. Used it quite a few times that round, getting a lot of value.
It's one of my favorite abilities to use, and I love seeing him get value out of it. Opening up with the first round. Got the space early, the wall's down, doesn't have the energy up for the EXE just yet. Not the opening he was hoping for. But they're spreading out Spacestation Gaming. They're just going to start getting some chunky damage here. Person gets pushed back, tried to eat that space with his counter.
Look at Bloom. Bloom is so zoned out of mid, and Fable get the orb for free because of it. Great bubble placement from Stro, and that's Pearl on Skyring Day.
The counter to deal.
Oh
sick
my
combo!
God. The wall and cap into the M2 from Destiny, into the Pearl wall. They might find this kill here. Huge burst of damage on a verse. Boom!
This is so pretty to watch. Trying to counter away from Rook. My name's Keith. Might find some punishment here. The bubble shield to cleanse him from the end cap. The awareness right now from Stro. Red team did secure an orb.
Yeah.
They could try and slow this gap. Oh, they
Keith.
could do it right now. Keith goes down to the first tick.
Oof. Yeah, Keith gonna get bopped by Proster's ultimate there. The Pearl ultimate. Oh, but it's dodged. Really nice recognition from Proster, spamming that M2 button. And SSG, even though they looked like they had no business in that round, they're gonna take it.
That would have been friggin' awesome.
Yeah, you know, you talked about how Fable and SSG were playing. It seemed really unfortunate for SSG as they got forced out of the center, but they found their way back in off that orb take, which you mentioned mid-round. Huge orb take, very big for the momentum of the round, and SSG really played off the back of it and found a sick kill on Keith because of it. Proster's damage number absolutely reflecting how that round went. He carried there at the end.
And we got to see a fun interaction. Stro M1ing into a chronoflex and then countering so he can recharge his own M1. Those are always juicy.
It's cute, right?
Yeah, fun little trick. See if Keith can get a better opening this time. He took him a little bit to open up with energy last time, and I think it was definitely hard for him to get early engagement. So now we're gonna see. Oh no.
Oh no, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Is the amount of damage Destiny just took was so big, and now Fable Esports have found themselves out of mid.
What an end cap.
SSG gonna get the orb, likely.
Oh
Fable
no,
steal it.
Keith just stole it, and then he also countered into the M2, so he's going to find plenty of distance here, push the imprisonment around Rook, and then the boulder to push him through the stun. They want to find the value here, but they just can't. Rook is just too slippery sometimes. He makes so much distance.
Oh, that older ultimate, so close to finding value, but it's going to get none. However, Keith, look at his HP pool carpet. He's sitting on next to nothing.
He's going to have to be careful. He put down the imprisonment. Oh my God, there's the burst. We also have an ult from Stro, so just waiting for the M2 from Proster. There's the space.
Yeah, Bloom.
There's the eat.
Bloom needs
there it is.
Oh, fishy. It gets him. No ultimate from Bloom available. This is going to be a big damage potential. Oh, but the bubble placement and the answer ultimate from Verse. So much damage here, and they find the kill on Keith. That did not work out. Fable Esports were fishing, and they got nothing.
Spacestation Gaming, when they realized what was happening, you have a lot of time to react. There's the double stun. That's going to be the end of Fable Esports for this round. They saw the combo that was coming. They split things up. That chronoflux to stop Destiny from proccing her own Megasphere.
Yep.
Well placed, especially Bloom. We haven't talked a whole lot about him, but we say that about supports. The least you talk about a support, that means you know they're playing amazingly.
Yeah.
He really has done a great job of letting Proster and Averse just do what they do best. Really falling into this older role, considering we've seen him on Ulrich all season.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of the older and solo queue, and it really reflects as he had a really nice bubble there to protect his ally. Very good, as it didn't allow Keith to pop his R. That plasma ball not going to go off, so it didn't allow him to get the imprisonment stun. Just a great bubble placement from Bloom, saving Proster right there. This is a bad start for Keith. He doesn't get his space hit onto Proster. Proster farming up that full bar of energy, and Averse, he's going to leave pretty much unpunished.
The Rooks just found each other, I think, in a space bar, which is pretty amazing. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a real joust.
Oh God, this is falling apart, Carpet. This is not a great start.
No, it really is not. Red team secure the orb. High there is going to start getting chunked down. He's got no more cooldowns. Keith does get an M2, but there goes High there. I don't know if he can survive much longer. They managed to dodge with the ult. Nope. That wasn't great. We're all gonna erase that one. I think everybody can agree, including Spacestation. Like, that wasn't a good one.
Oh, the Pearl ultimate! It lands on 2, but I don't think Stroh's going to be able to pop this one off. He might get some damage here, but nah, he's just going to go down. And SSG, they're playing incredibly well. I mentioned it at the start of the draft. I'm not feeling this Destiny pick, Carpet. I feel like the Iva would have been a much better pick, and we saw why at the beginning of that round. Destiny, her counter was down. She got baited by Proster's charge cancel. Proster pretended he was going to go in. Keith, he countered, and then immediately from that point on, Proster's just like, I can go on you. And he went on Keith, getting so much damage, farming that ever-important first bar of energy, and just the opener from Proster was so good onto the Destiny. Iva has more answers than Destiny does to a charging Rook. I feel like they just need it.
I think they were definitely going for the heavy combos, seeing what they do whenever Stroh gets an ultimate. But I think Keith might feel, I think he feels like he might have to do a little bit too much in the early game, not build up the energy, and look at him again, already half health. His counter will get hit at least, so that'll help him out. The orb's coming up, but right now only Proster's in mid. His team's coming to join him now, and the damage already onto Keith.
Ooh, nice EXE though, slowing down Proster, but SSG, they still get the orb Carpet. HP pools are pretty even, but look at Keith's bar. Keith is down to half, and he's definitely within bursting range of this Rook.
And a Verse has an ultimate. There's going to be a nice Mega Sphere hit. The counter's going to get smacked as well. Keith is going to dodge a whole lot with that. He's going to get the silence.
This is bad. He has to get out. He knows it. He goes back to get the greens. He eats a boulder in return. High there, he's taking quite a bit of damage too. They don't get the orb either. Fable, they're in a kind of scary situation. The older ultimate, not going to land though.
No, and actually no value on that value from a Verse, or at least not a whole lot of value. High there needs to get out.
Oof.
Oh, he's just going to get poked down to death. Spacestation Gaming, are they about to take 3 in a row?
It's looking like it, as they are 1 game away from securing game 2, and looking like they have the ability to go to the finals here. It's Fable Esports, they're kind of falling apart in this game, and if they pull up 2-0, that's a long road of recovery for Fable Esports.
They're going to fight valiantly. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Matter of fact, I know it's not going to be enough, even before that death. Verse flicking around the flamethrower.
Man, this has to feel bad for if you're Fable Esports.
Yeah.
You're getting your own comp run at you by SSG, and they're dominating you. I feel like this Pearl pick and this Destiny pick just absolutely aren't working out against the pure aggression from SSG.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have stuck with the Iva, man. The Iva older looks pretty good. I think they could have won. Of course, they only lost 4-5, and those last couple rounds were very highly contested. Now, after a comp change, finding themselves down 4-1, going into potentially the final round of Game 2, it's not looking like it's working out at all.
The opening from Fable Esports is going to be a huge tell-in if they can take this round. Rook's gone in. He does find that contact in the Keith and the M2 as well. The armor break is down. Proster's holding that counter as long as possible. He's eaten. He's gone back in. Keith wanted to get the hit. Blue team gets the orb. That's a good opening for them. The Prisonman's down.
Oh, what an in cap from High there, getting a lot of damage in the pressure. He's not letting up.
No.
Farming up a lot of energy. He has that bar. Gonna have to M2 to dodge his Petrify.
Oh,
big
my.
EXE.
Starting by the silence as well from Stroh. That's the combo you like to see. Group them together so that you can get the splash damage, but Spacestation Gaming secure that orb now 1-1. No value on that ult from Stroh. Looking for the blind one across the wall. A lot of energy dumped. A Verse has an ult. Bloom has an ult.
This is where you want to be if you're the Pearl comp. Completely zoning out SSG from the middle. However, SSG are going to find their way in, but they might get punished for it. The ultimate being forced out, but the M2 from High there is available. They need to find this kill on Proster, and it looks like they might. He's
got nothing. There we go.
There he goes. Proster finally going to fall. Wow, another double in cap. High there getting so much value from his R.
I've always had this interesting thought when it comes to counters especially. Sometimes the types of things that you eat with your counter, you're thinking like, my counter can do damage from a distance, so it'll be a really good way to poke if someone can hit me with an M1 and I'll counter. But now that's one of your tools to dodge stuff. Like that's one of your biggest tools. So now a Rook knows all you have is your space.
Yeah. So
it's always this interesting trade-up that you're trying to figure, like, do I have time to get hit by an M1, use my counter, poke, and then get it to recharge before someone comes in on me, or should I hold it and save it? And that's, I think, a really big decision that we're seeing Keith having to make in the middle of this game. Is do I hold this counter so that I have to deal with Rook, or do I try and poke with it and get distance and separate them? And it worked well kind of in both favors that time.
Nice damage to start this one out on Proster. Oh, he gets the counter on the M2 though, and the stun onto High there. Not ideal, Carpet.
No.
Oh, God.
Almost eating grown M2. High there's taking so much damage. See if they can zone. There's the Mega Sphere, but somehow Rook's counter still gets hit. Blue team does secure an orb, though.
Oh, he's so lucky he got his counter proc there, but this is still scary.
Oh.
Keith finally gets away in a verse. He's so split from his allies.
Yeah, he went a little bit too ham for that, and now we're going to actually see on the bottom side this Rook trying to find Keith. The M2 does miss. He gets the in cap. This isn't amazing, but at least he had to separate. He knows that he had to find his team.
Wow, SSG managed to regroup and claim mid. It's amazing how we find ourselves here, and they got the orb. SSG pulling pretty far ahead in terms of energy and HP.
Stro has ult. Stro has ult. He wants to find Bloom, but he knows he has spacebar. There it is. Stro had to use his shield to try and cleanse that stun off, so he doesn't have enough for the ult just yet. Is Destiny going to go down here? My name's Keith. Has to be super careful. He's trying to WASD out. There's the stun. There's the combo. Iva has to pull out. Spacestation Gaming gets an orb, and there's going to be the ult onto a verse.
This has to be big. Oh, but the ultimate from Bloom is the answer, and he's going to get the stun on Keith. Keith's going down. Oh, his counter's actually procced, but still, this is not a great situation as they're back in his corner.
The bubble! He actually gets out! Oh, no, but not for much longer. They lose 2 teammates in the meantime, and Stro will go down. Spacestation Gaming. 2 maps up, 5-2 in this one. We watched Fable try and break out something new, but it just didn't really work.
Yeah, man, you hit my main talking point. I don't like it. I don't like the comp switch at all, switching off of your mains, trying to go for this cheese on Skyring Day. I see the merit in it, as Stro once had success with the Pearl on Skyring Day, but this is a very different meta. This is not a passive Paloma meta. This is an aggressive Rook older meta. You cannot just sit and count on turtling mid and having success. This is what's going to happen to you. You're going to just eventually get chunked down by your enemies, by that older Rook, and even if you hold mid for like 10 seconds, the aggression is unrelenting from this comp. They have so many ways in, and they take so little damage while going in. It's just you can't play like that in this meta. I'm
a little torn because I'm always a fan of trying to jostle up the meta.
Sure.
I've always had this like serious problem, or like when I play in a game and there's a meta, I'm like,
hipster.
I'm not gonna play. I know I'm the worst. I'm literally a gaming hipster, and I'll admit it. I will full out admit it. I don't like to do it because I want to try and find a way to break it.
Sure.
I'm also just like watching the key turn and everything fall apart. So that's what I try and find. But I like seeing what they tried to do, and then they definitely had an attempt. And I think that in the kits, when you really break them down on paper, it was almost identical in what utility it could do.
Right.
But the execution had to be very, very different.
Yeah.
There's some abilities that I didn't see a lot, right? Like we didn't see Keith ever use a DXM1, which I think in certain situations would have really helped, especially when you're in this I can't do anything trade against Rook. You get a bubble shield. Now you can actually, there's like a little bit of a gap that you have of time where you can take damage so you can start building up your M1 shields. Now Rook just can't win these trades.
Yep.
So at the very least, he's used all these abilities to get to you, and he's not winning these trades. He can smash an M2 on you. Doesn't matter. You're going to build up to 40 friggin' shield and hold it.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to keep hitting him with that. So that, I think I would have liked to see that when Keith was in a dangerous position a little bit more often.
Yeah, and more importantly, he needed to use it on High there. There were some times where High there just ended up taking so much damage from both Proster and Averse, and he wasn't getting enough healing from Stro, because Stro is a Pearl. All you can really do is M2 for the 21, but even still, that takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But anyways, the shield from the EXM1 from Destiny would have been so absolutely huge, because the max HP pool on Rook is his most important resource. He needs to have a really high HP bar in order to initiate freely, and when he gets chunked down, he just can't do that.
Yeah.
And so the shield would have been so important, especially during the downtime between his counters and his M2. Just a little bit of more value out of the EXM1 I would have liked to have seen.
So I'm loving seeing these players treat this weekend as we are, with the utmost importance. And to help give everyone a little bit more time, we're going to give a short break to the players so they can kind of recollect before we move into the next match. We're still going to remain in this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Final carpet in the flesh here to continue on with this semifinal. It's getting real close. We got 2 games in, and there's a team that's down by 2. Not great. So Spacestation Gaming is up by 2, and I didn't mention it, and I want to reiterate it. Whoever wins this gets a ticket to LAN.
Yeah, this is a ticket to DreamHack Summer in Sweden. So there's a lot on the table, not just the money, but the pride of winning and the pride of going to the first Battlerite LAN. Like, neither of these teams want to lose, but it's looking like Fable might. They're down 0-2, and SSG, they're beating them down with their own comp. SSG is running the Fable Classic, the Rook Iva Older, and absolutely destroying them with it, especially when we saw Fable switch off their comp and get destroyed by it last game. I really hope we see Fable just go back to what they're comfortable with.
And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really too confident in the Spacestation coming into this weekend. We hadn't seen them at their top.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, before the BPL started, they were titled as a team that just never lost.
Yes.
They literally just didn't lose tournaments. They've made a lot of money just playing in community tournaments. Yeah. And they came into this tournament, and I think a mixture of the stakes of this tournament and everyone really picking it up and knowing, like, you know what, I want to be the best now. And also, I think maybe feeling a little bit confident at the top. And here it is. No surprise here. I didn't talk about it because I figured we'd see this mirror matchup.
Yep.
Older, Iva Rook, no surprise there.
Good. Get off the Pearl, get off the Destiny, play your mains, do your best, beat SSG. That is what Fable is thinking right now. And after last game, it's really no surprise to see him back here. But I'm still not sure they're going to be able to do it, as they have to win 3 in a row. They're down 0-2, Carvet, in this best of 5. So there's a really tall mountain they got to climb here. And whether or not they're going to be able to do it, we'll see. But I'm not feeling too good for them.
And we talk about how strong compositions are, but how you execute that composition, especially when it comes to a mirror match, is so big.
Right
now, Rooks are both trying to find value, and they're actually both really struggling to find the value that we normally see. When you see a Rook go into not this matchup, usually they just kind of hang out for half the match, just wailing about, getting an in-cap here or there, and just winning all their trades. But you'll notice how quickly High There and Proster both lose their health, like immediately. They get smacked by a taser, they get smacked by a bunch of damage, and they're just standing there. No one's gonna hit their counter because everyone knows better at this point.
It's that cleanse too, man. It's that taser cleanse. It removes the berserk, it removes the damage reduction that Rook gets. So even if you hit that counter, if the taser is prepared from a Verse or Keith immediately after the counter is procced, you can just get rid of it. You're like, whatever. And then you can go back to hitting him and just punishing him. This comp is tailored to beat Rook, which is what you need to do in the meta today, simply because of how strong Rook is. Rook is an overpowering force in today's Battlerite. So if you don't play your team around disabling Rook, you're going to have a bad time. Just like we saw last game, Destiny not doing nearly as well as the Iva against the Rook. And if you really need to hold him down. You can't let the Rook do what he wants to do, or else you're just going to lose.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Back to their comfort pick. Let's see what Fable Esports can execute this time. Either not finding confidence, or not finding contact, I should say. The Iva's going toe-to-toe down here. Verse is separated from everybody, gets the spell block, but he knows better than to cast anything during that. Doesn't get the silence. This could be the stun onto Bloom. Keith is in a really bad spot. He's got almost nothing left. He needs a lot of support. The in-cap just missing. He's able to actually break line of sight. High There wants to push back. This orb's going to sit there for an uncomfortable amount of time. The rocket from Keith is going to secure it.
Yeah, that was so important, and the fact that Fable Esports have been able to regroup even somewhat is more important. But look at Stro, he's just getting ran at by 2 characters. He's going to have to space away. They're going to try to find the kill on Proster here, but instead he actually goes down on a Verse. A bit surprising, but they do chunk him pretty hard.
Keith is playing this pretty well. All he's doing is taking up Proster's time. Oh, dodging it! Bloom's timing just a little bit off. I love the idea, but that is such a hard execution. A Verse is now just a stone's throw from death.
Dude, I can't even believe that he went for that. I never would have gone for that personally, because it's like, that's so hard to time because the amount of time it takes to come out of the older ultimate is massive. But Bloom, I can't blame him for going for it, but it's definitely not going to work out there.
That is a tough call to make, friend.
That's a toughie.
That's hard enough to do that with an instant execution.
Yeah.
Just to knock him out of his ultimate's hard enough, because he's not on the ground for very long. But to do that while you have a friggin' 1 second airtime.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
Honestly, Bloom, keep doing it.
Yeah, it shows he has the confidence, right? Sometimes you just got to go for the wild plays and believe in yourself, or else you're not going to ever do anything special. No, that definitely would have been something special.
Fable, the first round in 15 they'll need to win if they want to take this series. Great opening against Proster. They're going to get also the debuff on him. You're going to see armor break.
Stun City.
Really is. Oh, Keith kind of trying to get out of the boulder, but they noticed that he had the WSD out of that.
Oh, nice counter from High There. Really well played, positioning in front of the orb and getting a decent amount of damage onto Proster's Rook, forcing him to M2. He has no counter as well. This is a big weak point carpet.
It is. Proster can't do a whole lot. Maybe an in-cap coming here. No energy right now for High there. Proster going in, wants to at least get some sort of damage. Rook doesn't have a great time at distance with no energy. Nice counter, and also securing orb. This is massive. High there's playing incredibly well. There's the ultimate from One, trying to secure, and then the M2 around it. No value in the ultimate from Bloom. Trying to save his teammate. Incapacitate, though. On to High there to get some damage out. I think this is it for Proster. I don't think he can get out of this one. No counter, no M2. The Chrono Flex is down, and Bloom wants to come and try and help out. Just a little too separated. Fable Esports.
Fable Esports, they're looking much better with this comp, I gotta say. Already pulling up 2-0, and the rounds haven't been nearly as close as they were in game 1. Maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable. Maybe Fable just plays better with their back against the wall. Either way, this is when they need to perform. They have 2 more games they have to win after this one, so these guys gotta keep playing hot.
And they have to worry about Spacestation even switching up their team composition if they can try and find a way to break through this. Best part about the current meta is there's always someone that tries to break it, and always someone that I think gets pretty dang close to successfully doing so. Fable Esports, though, up 2 rounds. What we saw this. Spacestation Gaming were down 3 in the first one, and then they brought it back.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to adjust. Of course, Fable Esports, though, with the lead. This is still very important, but Spacestation Gaming, they're definitely not out of it by any means.
Hi, they're playing very well, getting a lot of value, forcing a lot of cooldowns out. Space into one, M2 and another. Forced a counter and a space out of 2 different champions.
Yeah, great opening here from Proster. He's getting a lot done. High there. He forces the space out of a verse, but Keith ends up taking so much more damage. Where does HP go?
Keith actually managed to separate. He needs to grab the sword.
Oh, that pet.
That was great. The ultimate too. Not going to find any value. Did save him from any lined up damage, but he looked pretty healthy, so I'm surprised they still went for that ult. Keith in a verse. Essentially, who's going to die first?
Yeah, pretty much. Keith, he's getting pretty low, but a nice tracker
Oh,
stun.
no!
The big combo might be coming out here. They're going to try to find the older ultimate as well, and they do! Big damage here on the Proster, and he has nowhere to go.
Trying to space out, he had no more M2. Oh, no, and the Chrono Flux.
Oh, it's just barely off. Averse got so much damage onto Keith there, but Keith's able to get the greens up top, and looking like it's going to stabilize for Fable.
Oh, there's actually a chance they can do this. They got the stun on the one. Older's going to have to be careful. Bloom wants the kill. They almost get it onto High there. They've still got a shot at this. Averse has an ultimate. They could secure this orb even.
Keith, I like that bubble usage from Stro, understanding that they just need the orb. If they get the orb, they will pull ahead inevitably in this 3v2. And it's looking very good for Fable now as Averse. He's getting chunked hard.
Yeah. Oh, the Chrono Flux is down, so now he can maybe get a safe ult off here.
Yeah, it's still tough. There's still a counter and a tractor beam, but before he even tries to ult, he's going to go down. Bloom going to die too, and Fable Esports, they're up 3-0. This is where we saw SSG come back last game. In game 1, they were able to come back after going down 3-0. We'll see if they're able to bring back these next 5 rounds and stamp their ticket to LAN.
It's getting close, folks.
Deep breath, right? Deep breath.
I know.
I can't help but feel like the players are going to be needing to take some deep breaths too. This is so tense. I feel so nervous for all of the people in this game. This is so high stakes. This is what everybody in this game has been looking forward to. All of these people feel their identity in Battlerite, and they don't want to let it down by not going to LAN.
All right, there's the engage. Hyder and Proster both using their space, and then just meeting up in the middle, almost like an agreement. If we miss our spaces, let's just M1 each other.
Ooh, nice taser timing from Keith to get the stun on Averse, and now there's damage, big damage.
Yeah, he's stuck in there. Here comes the orb. Oh, and it gets taken by the M2 from Rook. Goes through everything, and that's going to be massive. That could be the takeaway for Fable. They already had such a good opening against Averse. Here's an ult. Another ult, everyone ulting. Keith actually is going for safety, maybe trying to find the blind Rook.
Oh man, High there, weaving in and out, trying to find a safe opening. He gets the taser out. Spacestation Gaming, though, they get the first orb, or their first orb.
In cap onto Averse, but that means he's going to keep some of his energy. That was an amazing tractor beam. That ate so many abilities, so much damage. Averse in a dangerous spot. He nearly has his ultimate. Is going to actually have some help here from Proster. Going to engage, get an in cap. There's a lot of damage onto Keith.
These charge cancels from High there are getting so much value as they got the counter and the tractor beam from Averse. But SSG get another orb carpet. They're still behind 10%, and Proster's not doing so hot over here, but he gets an older ultimate.
He's going to go for safety. I like it. Oh, the M2 thinking that High there was going to space in. You're right. These cancels are proving so much value, baiting out so many abilities.
Oh, so scary if you reverse right there. He almost got knocked out by a charge. Would have been the end of him. And now Fable, they're poised to get the orb. They get their second orb. Now 2-2 an orb score.
They put everything into it, but if they can get a quick kill on anybody right now.
Oh, this is scary. Okay, great ultimate from Stro, getting Keith out of there. That was a really unfavorable situation. They might be able to find a kill on Proster here, but his counter's available.
Averse actually in a dangerous spot as well, just turning the attention back to Proster. Look at that. High there, trying to change his targets and does so. Forces the M2 at a Rook, and then they get the final kill.
Oh, Bloom gonna take some damage here, as is Averse. They're going down here, and this is the Fable I expected to see. This is the Fable that runs Iva, Rook, Older flawlessly. They are looking so good against SSG, but my main question, Carpet, is it too late? They have such a tall mountain to climb, and they can only make so many mistakes. Spacestation Gaming have 2 more tries, and they only need to win 1 more game. I'm not sure if Fable Esports is going to be able to come back in this match, even if they win this round.
I'd agree with you, but this is about to be a 5-0 clean sweep.
You're right.
If this went to round 9, I'd say, maybe it's close, but they have figured it out right now. Fable Esports have determined what that first rotation to cooldowns is. Maybe they're not relying so much on the heavy combos, and now just going for the outplays themselves, although this time, High there and Proster again, just wailing on each other as much as possible. High there's not in a great spot right now.
He does have lots of energy, though, for that eat. The taser's down, too, and Andy gets his counter procs. Everything going in High there's favor there to ensure he gets out safely. But the orb take, who gets it? Oh, SSG actually managed to nab that one.
At 1 health, a tiny misread there from Fable Esports gives the orb up to Spacestation.
6 zap there. It knocks Proster right off High there immediately. High there taking no damage, and the counter's baited, too. This is a big weak point, but Bloom with that sick ultimate. Great timing.
Proster, holding the M2 for High there to space in, knowing that he tries to support. Unbelievable play there from Proster. And they secure another orb.
This is looking real good for SSG. Is Proster feeling good enough to pop off the ultimate, as is Averse. Oh, the boulder from High there actually knocks Averse back in range of the ulti. Not ideal, and the counter's ruined by the taser. Older ultimate's forced out, but still, Fable Esports are alive, but they have nothing, Carpet.
Yeah, they've got no energy. This is just a matter of time. They can't do anything here. They're going to lose another orb. That is massive.
Is Averse throwing? He spaced in, he committed too hard. Bloom barely gets the ultimate on him. That was scary.
That would have actually been terrible. Even with that health pool, you never want to bring it back to a 2v2. You have such a huge advantage when you're up an entire champion. Oh, look at the AoE. What are you supposed to do there? There's the eat. Chronoflux is out. Oh!
Stro, you're so good.
That was disgusting.
You're so good, Stro.
Using that extra range on the EXM2 to just snag that orb.
And that was huge for his team, Carpet.
There really was. If they can take out Averse, I mean, they're looking at some heavy combos. Proster has no more energy now. And Older just used his, so that's their last safety. It's going to get stunned out.
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. The taser timing gets the stun right after the Berserk is applied. High there. He's going to go down. They need to find a kill here, but the zap is available for Bloom. Everybody on SSG getting out safe. Stro committing so hard for the kill, but going to get killed in the process. Spacestation Gaming are not out of it yet.
No, but Fable Esports fought tooth and nail.
Dude, yeah, that was scary.
I can't believe they didn't go down way earlier than that. And you mentioned it, Averse went all in. And if Bloom didn't have his ultimate, Averse 100% would have done.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he went in. Maybe he knew, hey, I'm just going to go ham.
Yeah. Maybe good team play.
Scare me, get me close to death. Maybe Bloom's like, I would love to hear in comms, Bloom's like, I got ult, and Averse like, cool, I'm going in. Dude. And then he holds it and holds it and holds it, and Averse like, hello?
Dude,
hello?
Yeah. I can hear from North Carolina Averse screaming, ult me, Bloom, ult me. He got it so late.
Spacestation Gaming losing 4 in a row. They take a round off, but now they have to play nearly flawlessly the rest of this map to take it. It is definitely possible. Averse caught in a bad spot right now. No cooldowns. The Sands of Time actually popped that end cap off. Blue team are going to secure an orb. It's what they struggled with last round. I think it's a lot of what they lost. But High there just lost nearly everything.
What a beautifully coordinated punish onto High there. He's going to back up and get these greens, but he needs much more than greens, Carpet. He needs energy. He needs healing from Stro. Things are looking so bad for High there here.
He finds Averse, forces out the space, and now they want to try and find this punishment, and they will. He's going to try and find Averse. He doesn't get the contact on him. Oh, and he spaces out of there as well, so double wasted ult, and Fable Esports secure that orb. That was actually a worthwhile trade for them.
Yeah, absolutely huge. Force Fable baiting in Spacestation Gaming to go in, and then Fable secure the orb. Very good for them, but they're still a little bit behind here. And High there, he's going to get stunned by this taser. Oof.
He actually forces the zap out, averts onto himself because he's so low. He's got to be careful. Keith is just as low right now. Here's the ultimate coming out. They're going to find it onto him first. The safety ultimate from the other older. He's going to go for the defense ult. Going all the way back. Oh my god. This is too much.
This is so scary. Hi there. He has like nothing, Carpet. No HP, no energy. So bad for him. He's going to farm up some energy here. He does have that eat or end cap, whichever he tries to go for. We'll see who gets the orb. Oh, Spacestation Gaming.
Oh, this might be the end of Hi there. He's going to get stunned. No, there's the zap, timing it perfectly, waiting for it. The miss space on Proster is actually going to give them some more room to breathe. The greens will be respawning for Keith very shortly. He tractor beams early. They get the stun on a verse. They wanted to try and get the kill. Hi there, so close to dead. He's got no M2, but he WSD's out of it. They hit the counter onto Proster. Red team secure another orb.
That's the last 2 orbs in a row going to SSG, and my name is Keith going in there. Hi there's trying to back him up, but now this has gotten really scary for Fable.
Proster's so low. Proster's so low. They might be able to get a kill right here. He's got nothing left but the ultimate from a verse to help take the kill into Hi there.
A verse almost goes down, throwing that ultimate into the bubble. But SSG looking like they're going to be able to stabilize. We'll see if they get the orb. They do. Man, that round was a lot closer than it should have been, but Spacestation Gaming securing the last 3 orbs in a row helped them out so much as Fable Esports needed that recovery HP. Hi there, falling so low so early on, couldn't get back into that game. But man, even though they were so far behind, Fable Esports almost were able to find that kill on Proster, like you mentioned. And that's really just the name of the game here. This comp is all about punish. You try to get the biggest punish you can off of mistakes, as the amount of time you have to punish against the Rook, against the Iva, against the older, so minimal. So if you can coordinate big punishes in just like 1 or 2 seconds, it will absolutely win you the round, and that's what SSG is doing.
Getting that first kill is so important. If you all have like 80 health against 3 of you, against 2 people with full health, you're still in a great spot. You've got more cooldowns than them. Hi there, not a great opening for him, but they're going to have just the equal amount of punish, if not more, on a Proster. Turns around his M2, smacks the back line, double armor break. Orb's coming up, and Blue's got mid-control. Chronoflex to be coming down to separate very shortly.
Hi there's found himself in a little bit of a bad position, but he manages to get the orb. Things are going to look a little bit better because of it.
The stun combo into the taser from these Ivas is really making these Rooks think twice about what to cast.
So many tasers flying everywhere, getting so much value on the Rooks. A good boulder applying that double armor break, that double weaken being out there. This orb, though, looking like SSG's going to be able to get it. Oh, but Fable actually nab it.
They do, even though Hi there takes a lot of damage for it. I don't know if he takes a lot of max health damage for it. Now they're going to have to go in. We're going to see an ult from one older, but not from the other this time. Are they going to be able to find a verse? How did he get down here? Did he space for this? No, he spaces back out. But now Older's there. Bloom came to help out. Now he's got almost nothing. He spaces back out. They're holding their spaces for so long.
Spacestation Gaming, they get that orb, and this is just like we saw in the last round. They're getting these clutch orbs. The older ultimate going to come out too, but it's not going to find value. But they're able to regroup Carpet, and they have a 10% HP advantage.
These cancels on the space from Hi there are so strong right now. There's the ultimate from Keith. He finds some value, but they do get orb control. But the Chronoflex has already got dropped from Stro, so they don't have a lot right now. Red team secure with the double armor break on the back line. Averse has an ult. An ult from Older. Interesting.
They're playing safe here.
They're
just trying to reset, find their footing a little bit. But the amount of healing charges on Stro is not what it needs to be. And Hi there, he needs energy to eat, as Stro just can't keep him up. He finally gets it. The counter's not going to... Oh, it is procced at the last second. That was so close.
Look at how low Averse is.
Hi there, he didn't get the orb. He was so close. He could have M1'd it. Keith gonna go down. Did Spacestation Gaming figure it out, Carpet? Are Fable tilting?
I don't know if they're tilting. I think Spacestation Gaming definitely, it's the way they're trying to engage and what they're trying to dodge. They're okay with spacing out, going back, and they know that Orb right now is king in this mirror matchup.
Yep.
Orb has definitely shown that it really gives you that tiny advantage, especially at the end when you have 2 people in burst potential, you get that 1 orb. Now you've got that older ultimate.
Right.
Now you've got potential that Iva ultimate. Now you've got that extra Chronoflex. Whatever it is you want to use, whatever kind of energy you want to dump out, it really proves so strong in that last bit. All you want is that last 60 health damage. And we see usually 4 people on that low amount of health by the end of this round. Spacestation Gaming, are they actually about to reverse sweep it on this map and get their ticket to land, lock it in?
Fable Esports, they have 2 more rounds. Keith, what are you doing up there, buddy? He's found himself flanking the enemies up top, playing so splitter. The blue team in Hi there, he's going to get punished for it. Such a wacky positioning from Fable Esports here, but it's looking like they might be able to get the orb off the back of it.
In cap onto Averse, but
They don't even get the orb. This is not good for Fable.
Yeah, the sands of time actually popped that in cap from a verse as well. Unfortunate timing. High there in Proster, battling it out in the middle. The AoE right now into high there. He actually might get melted. He's gonna have to get ulted by Older, and he just stays in the safe route. It's great when it is for safety, but it sucks so bad to have to do. High there might just go down right now. Too much AoE for him. They know better than to hit his counter.
You know, Fable, they do get the orb, though. So High there, he gets that eat. He's trying to charge into a verse. He's not going to even make it. The flamethrower is being thrown out, but it's not going to find the kill. He tasers himself. A verse, a little unfortunate there, but still, the advantage is definitely in favor of SSG. Somehow
Either stays alive. They need this orb, and they can see it. The Chrono Flux down a little bit early. Blue team do secure it. That is massive for them. They're going to have an eat right now for High there. His counter won't get hit. He's got no M2. He's in a dangerous spot. You can see the body block right now, but they left all their attention from Keith. There's the Older ultimate. He goes for safety again.
Oh, so close to death down here, and a double in cap. This looking like it might be able to clean it up. Proster getting a lot of damage, and the red team with complete mid control. SSG getting the orb, and it's looking like the rounds just before. SSG are getting all the orbs in this late part of the game, and it's so important as the ultimates, like you mentioned, they're now online. Bloom has his ultimate, going to be holding it for Proster here. He might actually need it, and he gives it to him.
Oh. Proster actually backs out with that one. Oh, no, there it is, the burst damage from a distance. The rocket from a verse was able to take down Keith, and that's probably going to be it. They might secure this orb, but I don't think it's really going to matter here. They're just not able to really push in. Every time they do, Spacestation just slices them up.
This is unreal, Carpet. SSG have now won 4 rounds in a row off the back of losing the first 4, and now they're looking at stamping their ticket to LAN. Fable Esports also, this has to feel so bad. They're now falling behind in a game they had complete control of, and it seems like their hands are off the wheel. Seems like they just can't control where this game is going at this point, and they desperately need to get these openers cleaned up if they want to win these rounds. Fable Esports, they're taking so much punishment early on. Keith's positioning far too aggressive. High there, not having the successful openers. Everything just kind of falling apart.
This is it. Potential final round for Fable Esports. The Rooks, I think both managed to dodge each other's. Not a great opening, hits the counter as well. High there. High there's already down to half health. The flamethrower down from a verse. He's gonna get stunned out of it. A lot of energy. Blue team secure it. They needed that orb, and now the punishment on the Proster. Or sorry, on the Bloom.
Blue team, they're holding mid. They're getting a verse out of there. A verse is actually getting really low, Carpet. This round looks very good for Fable. The next orb spawning in 8 seconds. It's looking like Fable might be able to get it. They have a 10% HP advantage. They need to get this punish on Proster here too. They might have, but Bloom with a sick ultimate gets his ally out of there. And they get the orb.
That's going to be huge, but they forced the space out of a verse. No, missed the in cap as well. A verse to WASD proving pretty friggin' strong right now. Another space out of a verse, which means they know that he's a potential target for the next 6 seconds.
Either sitting on ultimate. I'm not sure he has M2 though. The Older ultimate from Bloom not going to get any value, and this is a big weak point. If they find the kill here on Bloom, it would be absolutely round winning for Fable. Not looking like they're going to be able to. And SSG, Bloom was chased for so long they were able to get the orb.
2 orbs right now to 1. And that really could be it. Look at the amount of health and energy right now on the side of Spacestation Gaming. They want to take out 1. They need to find that mistake.
And it feels like Fable are losing sight of the objectives going late into these rounds. Chasing kills a little too greedily, maybe.
Proster has no
they might
energy.
be able to find it here. The Older ultimate is here, and it's going to get him. Proster, he might go down here the end cap as well. Oh, but Bloom with the clutch ultimate gets him out of there, and now Keith is the one being aggressed on. He might die here, but the sick tracker keeps him alive. The boulder applying armor break, he dies, Carpet! He dies!
Spacestation Gaming somehow in all that hectic play are still able to stay alive. They get another orb, 3 orbs in a row for them.
Oh my God, Carpet, this is a comeback of all comebacks. I thought Fable Esports for sure had this round off the back of a good punish onto Proster. But like I mentioned, they got too greedy, man. They went for these kills they maybe shouldn't have, didn't play defensively, and got punished for it appropriately. Keith, he went in there maybe when he shouldn't have, and just got burst by Spacestation Gaming. And against a team like Spacestation Gaming, you can't afford to aggress in situations like that. You gotta play safe, you gotta control mid, and they just didn't play around objectives.
Spacestation Gaming lock their ticket to LAN, take out Fable Esports in a 3-0 sweep in maps with their own team composition, bringing it to round 9, 2 maps, the first one and the third one, keeping it close. But, I mean, that ult on to Proster. And then he's like, I'm going to go for greens. I'm going for greens. And that's when Keith is like, I'm going to kill you before you get to greens.
Yep.
Not really.
No.
And that is the problem with Rook. Eat is 16 burst heal, and then 24 after that is literally 40 friggin' heal. If he has any energy, it's going to be so hard to kill him. Plus, if you hit his counter, now he's going to take reduced damage. He's insane.
Yep.
He's so hard to kill. And Keith going in for that, I'm not going to say that was at all the tell. That wasn't why they lost that round, but it was one of the things.
It was the final domino that fell.
Yeah.
And I hate to point it on the dude, but Keith kind of going out with his emblematic problem. Keith has been known as a player that plays too aggressive.
Yeah.
He played too aggressive. He died. He spacebarred in, got killed, and the round going to go to Spacestation Gaming as a result. You can't play like that, man. You can't do that.
Spacestation Gaming really showing they can keep their cool. So many times they were down round after round in a row.
Yeah.
In that last map, they were literally down 4.
A complete reverse sweep.
They had to win 5 rounds in a row on the 3rd map just to take the victory. They had all the room in the world.
Yeah.
They had the first 2 maps. They could have lost 2 more and still won it. But they still kept it to them, and that is actually going to be massive for them competitively moving forward into things like LAN or even in the finals, because now they're in the North American regional finals, and they've stamped their ticket to DreamHack Sweden.